Please come in.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Morning. Take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Srishti is from Bihar, Patna. Did her schooling in DAV Public School, Patna. Thereafter, she went to BIT Misra, which is in Jharkhand. Did computer science from there. She has worked for 3-4 years as member of technical staff. What is this? SAS IT?
Sir, software as a service.
Okay, software. And what is VMware?
Sir, VMware is a product-based company, American company, sir, dealing in cloud computing and hypervisor, sir.
Why did you leave that job?
Sir, even though the job was very enriching, sir, but the pull factors for the civil services were greater than.
You know how much you will get when you join your salary when you join civil services?
No,
I don't know. It's much less than what you were getting there. It's 56,100 basic plus whatever DA. Okay. Her hobbies are astrophysics, latest scientific breakthroughs. Can you tell us some of the latest scientific breakthroughs you have been watching or reading?
sir, I'm particularly following generative AI, sir.
Okay.
Second, sir, genetic engineering. And third, sir, brain-computer interface.
Okay. Tell us what is happening in generative AI.
Sir, we are seeing major breakthroughs. For example, sir, ChatGPT, Grok. Recently, there was Sora, sir. Yes, sir. And even today, they have announced another company, sir. They have announced the first AI-enabled software development tool, which is called Dev AI. The company is Cognition, sir. American startups.
Okay. Only yesterday, the European Union has passed the first AI Act to regulate AI. They've taken 5 years to do it. You think a regulation is required?
Yes, sir. Given the disruption that these tools can bring in the society, sir, the biasness, the lack of transparency and the threat to democracy and human rights, regulation is very important, sir.
Why it took so long?
Sir, because it's a tricky domain, sir. We have to see that we do not hamper the innovation, the economic aspects or the prospects of it, sir, as well as ensure that it does not do harm to the users. So the fine balancing requires time and.
But there has been criticism that any kind of regulation will be blocking technological advancement. Is that true?
No, sir.
It is required.
It is required, yes, sir.
But USA is not doing anything.
Sir, even USA is doing, sir. Even though they are not very hard on it, sir. But, sir, there was an executive order wherein they have said that any AI-based company, if they have any considerable threat to the national security or economic security, then they have to specify what they're trying to do. They have to put the tests, what they have run, the data they have used, and get the approval from the government, sir.
Okay. Only yesterday, Semiconductor manufacturing assembly has been started in India. Why so late? Why Indians did not think of having their own semiconductor manufacturing units, planning units?
Sir, we are actually playing a catch-up game over here. We had the opportunity which we missed. Foxconn had earlier also proposed that they want to set up a company in the factory in India, but then they went to Vietnam, sir. So we are now that the government has realized it's good, and along with the catch-up, sir, we are also targeting the next phase of it. In the upcoming time, sir, we will also be producing the AI chips. Currently, we are, sir, more into, sir, the normal chips, sir.
You'll go into AI chips also?
We will go to the AI chip is what the government is envisaging, sir, yes.
Okay. You come from Bihar.
Yes.
Bihar is the most backward state in our country. Years have gone by, 75 years after independence. Nothing much seems to be happening there. No industries are coming. Agriculture is also languishing. Where do you see Bihar 10 years from hence or 20 years from now? India is looking to become the third largest economy and Viksit Bharat by 2047. But Bihar is pulling this.
Sir, my vision for Bihar is very optimistic. Sir, given the progress that we have done, even in the last 10 to 15 years, sir, we have progressed a lot. We are having 8 to 9% of growth rate every year. Even though we are backward, we are almost in the lower rung in every index that comes up, sir. Sir, but there are certain bright spots. For example, sir, women empowerment, our agricultural strength that we want to exploit. But there are challenges with the deindustrialization that you mentioned, sir. Sir, but with good law and governance and good governance in there, sir, I'm very hopeful that we will become the engine of India's growth, sir. As our Honorable Prime Minister has also mentioned, sir.
You talked about women empowerment. Is there a program for setting up of SHGs and empowering them? Is there any program
in Bihar, sir?
Bihar?
Yes. Yes, sir. There is one Jivika scheme, sir.
Jivika?
Yes.
What has Jivika done till now? A lot of people are talking about it.
Sir, it is mainly focusing on employment generation in the rural area, sir, and particularly focusing on agriculture and animal husbandry aspects of it, sir, as well as textiles also, sir. Basically, labor-intensive MSMEs. So, sir, there a lot of SHGs and particularly women-led SHGs are coming up, sir. I'm not exactly sure of the numbers, but yes, sir.
A large number of SHGs have come up.
Yes.
Okay. ठीक है, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Srishti,
Yes.
right now you are working, right?
No, sir. I've resigned in late 2021, sir.
Okay, you have resigned. So you're basically a computer science graduate.
Yes.
So you have worked in this SaaS systems, right?
Yes.
Tell me, you know the cloud environment. What is RTO and what is RPO?
Sir, I'm not aware of the full form, sir. Might not be.
But you have heard.
No, sir, I've not heard. If you could mention the full form, maybe.
This is reverse time objective.
No, sir. Sorry.
This is particularly regarding the data centers. You are not aware?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So coming to this cybersecurity, you have also worked on a project on cybersecurity and using AI/ML in cybersecurity, right? So tell me how you use AI/ML in cybersecurity.
So the main or the one of the best use of AI would be in, sir, proactive threat recognition. Second would be, sir, automation of the response, the first response that you would want your system to have based on the threat detection that it does. Sir, it can also be leveraged in, sir, offensive cybersecurity, wherein you put honeypots, etc., to lure in the cyber attackers and know about their techniques or their aims.
Okay. So coming to the cybersecurity, we have so many types of cyber crimes, right? What is DDoS attack?
So denial
You
of
know DDoS?
denial of service.
What is D? Double D is there, no?
Yes, sir, I know DOS attack, DDoS,
DDoS is distributed denial of service.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so what is the definition of that attack? How it happens? And what are the consequences?
I said it actually targets the threshold of the amount of packets or the packages that your system can handle. Basically, multiple requests are shooted at the website or the service that you're providing through distributed systems, sir. So it throttles the network, and any new legitimate request that comes to your system would not be processed. So it leads to a downtime or slowness in the website.
So what you will do in that, let's say you are working in an organization and your cyber portal was under DDoS attack. So what you will do? What are the steps you will going to take?
Sir, it is, we automate it in the network, sir, in the CDN or the routers itself, sir, wherein we put a threshold that from one IP address, no more than this request should come. If it comes, the packet is dropped itself. I mean, automatically, sir, we do not have to do anything. Sir, so that fine tuning has to be done more prudently, I would say, sir.
What is the layer 7 attack in DDoS?
Not aware, sir.
So coming to this, you are aware of the data centers, right?
Data centers?
Data centers and cloud.
Yes.
What is cloud? What is cloud computing?
Sir, cloud computing refers to the services wherein the compute services, be it sir network, compute, or even any software, is access to the internet. Sir.
Okay, let's talk about the IT infrastructure. You are aware of the word IT infrastructure? Infrastructure as a service, IAS.
Yes.
IAS, PWS, platform as a service, SaaS, right? So let's talk about the infrastructure as a service. What do you mean by the IT infrastructure? What all it comprises?
Sir, it can depend on the company's requirements, sir. But basic things are that it will have some compute power, CPUs. It will have your storage. It will have your internet-based hardware, sir. So basically, hardware is what they provide in infrastructure as a service.
What about network?
It comes in the next stage, sir. When you go platform as a service, network hardware is there, sir. But network setup and everything, it comes in infrastructure as a service. Platform as a service, my bad, sir.
You know latency, what is latency?
Yes. Sir, it is the amount of time that a software will take to respond.
Not with respect to software. Usually latency we talk with the respect of network.
In network, yes, sir. Request and then the response, how much time it takes to traverse is latencies.
Sorry?
So let's say if I shoot a request to a website, then the request and then the response, the entire transmission is called latencies.
Are you sure?
So this is what I understand, sir.
Okay. Then you tell me what is the difference between the cloud computing and the edge computing?
Sir, in cloud computing, all the requests and all the computation is done at a center, at a one center, sir. But in edge computing, sir, some of the processing, some of the compute power, we decentralized, bring it more close to the sensors that are transmitting the requests, sir.
Why? Why we do it?
Sir, prime reason is for time critical operations, sir.
Prime reason is to reduce the latency.
Yes, sir.
Again.
Reduce the latency.
What is co-location model in data centers?
Sir?
Co-location model.
Co-location, sir?
You are not aware?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's say coming to this cybersecurity, and you have also worked on customer privacy. See, data is very, very important, right? So what are the data regulations presently in India?
Sir, the prime one is Digital Data Protection Act, sir. Digital Personal Data Protection Act, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
What are the provisions in it?
Sir, it basically regulates the digitally available personal data, sir, wherein there are stakeholders have been defined as the principals and the fiduciaries, sir. The principal is the owner of the data, and the fiduciary is the one who will process the data, sir. So the main aim is that here the consent-based processing of the personal data has to happen, wherein the principal can ask how his data is being processed, how it is being processed. He can also ask for erasure, deletion, or modifications, sir. So there are certain significant fiduciaries which have been identified, and for them there are additional responsibilities have been provided for them that they have to adhere.
See, important provisions of this data protection bill is the data localization. What is data localization?
So data localization refers to the storage and processing of data within the territory of the countries.
So which data will be processed within its territory?
So the citizens or citizens.
Citizens data.
Yes.
So what is citizens data comprises? See, personal data also there are two components.
Yes, sir.
Personal sensitive data, even in this bill mentions that personal sensitive and personal non-sensitive. So what comprises personal sensitive data and what comprises personal non-sensitive data?
Sir, my understanding says that personal sensitive is the data through which one can identify the person, sir.
What is the example?
So name, address, phone number, all these things.
That is personal sensitive data.
Is what I understand. I do not know exactly, sir, but what I am inferring, sir.
See, personal sensitive data is like biometric data.
Okay, sir.
What is personal non-sensitive data?
Sir, others data through which identification.
What is that other data?
Sir, maybe the hobbies, interests, all this kind of things. Not very sure, sir, but I'm just inferring, sir.
Okay. I will ask you one last question. See, you are a DM of a particular, say, let's say, you are a district partner. What IT interventions you will undertake as soon as you join the district? Let's say you give me 2 IT interventions.
Sir, my first intervention would be to see what administrative processes can be automated, sir. And so that the administration processes are more streamlined. My second intervention would be to see wherein technology can be brought in to reduce the officer and people face-to-face connection to bring down corruption, sir. So third,
That is generic things, no? Like you are into generative AI also.
Yes.
You are into generative. So think from that perspective regarding to the latest technologies,
Okay, sir.
which you can implement.
Sir, maybe in the
For
e-government.
example, I will give you, you can implement chatbot in your district portal. Chatbot is one generative AI.
Chatbot, yes. Sir.
Chatbot, right?
Yes, yes.
So chatbot you can
E-government.
add in your district portal.
Yes, sir. Yes.
District website will be there, no? There are no chatbots right now. So you can add that. That is one thing I have told you. You give me one more.
So second is natural language processing can also be leveraged, sir, to provide the e-governance services in vernacular languages.
Srishti,
Yes, ma'am.
you have you were a co-lead on AI ML project for enhanced customer privacy. So if you were to explain to a layman what is understood by artificial intelligence, how would you do that?
Ma'am, it is an attempt to simulate human intelligence by a machine, particularly computers, ma'am.
Okay. And so you also very rightly mentioned that the Devin AI, which has been announced
Yes,
today.
ma'am.
So the debate around AI was that it will lead to loss of jobs. And now we have an artificial intelligence, which is a software engineer and can look into projects from end to end, software projects end to end. So what is your stand on this in terms of jobs and employability, the impact of AI on this?
Ma'am, all the jobs or IT jobs? Okay. Ma'am, even though the short-term forecast or the sight is that it will lead to job losses, but ma'am, in the long term, it will lead to more job creation, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And particularly in the IT sector, ma'am, Dev AI that we are talking about, even the reports are saying that the debugging capabilities are still very limited. It can do the basic stuffs, ma'am. But when you need human ingenuity, it is not catering.
How will adoption of AI lead to job creation in the long term? I understand the short term that there will be job loss, but how will there be a job creation in the long term?
Ma'am, the first is that we will need more of AI professionals. So that is one, ma'am. Ma'am, second is that it will also create more industries. For example, ma'am, GPUs, AI based GPUs, ma'am. We are hearing that new investments that even Sam Altman is trying, ma'am. So in those sectors also, new job creation will be done.
Okay. Are you familiar that there was a report which was to be furnished today on One Nation, One Poll?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes.
Who's supposed to submit this report? Who's heading the committee?
Honorable ex-president Kovind. Ma'am.
Okay. And where do you stand on One Nation, One Poll? What do you feel about this?
Ma'am, even though it is said that it will challenge our federal structure and other cons, ma'am, but I feel that it should be that we should go ahead with it, even though in a much more reformed manner, ma'am. Like not all at once, but.
Okay, I'll change my question.
Yes, ma'am.
First, tell me, when we say One Nation, One Poll, what does it mean?
Ma'am, it means that our Lok Sabha elections, our state legislative assembly elections, and our local level elections are all done simultaneously.
Okay, so it is talking about simultaneous elections.
Yes, ma'am.
For which also there was a report submitted by the Law Commission.
Yes.
Yes. And now tell me, when you say your stand, you said that you feel it should be done.
Yes.
So is this just a feeling, or do you have reasons behind that feeling?
I have reasons.
Tell me 1, 2, and 3.
Ma'am, first that the financial cost, even on the state exchequer as well on the political parties,
Okay.
this will bring down both of them.
Okay, first.
Ma'am, second is with administrative efficiency. Ma'am, model code of conduct is often said to bring governance downtimes, so that can be reduced, ma'am. And better use of the security personnel, administrative personnel. For example, ma'am, lot of transfers will not happen, so that can be done, ma'am. And third is that, ma'am, it will lead to reduction in the divisive politics. And even the political parties or the ones in the government can focus more on constructive work, ma'am, rather than being in campaign mode.
But don't you feel that when we have One Nation, One Poll, one of the criticisms is that this would lead to national politics overshadowing the state politics?
Yes. Yes.
So the state regions or region-specific issues would take a back seat. So just to bring down the economic cost, the financial burden, for a little more administrative efficiency, is this the right thing to do?
Ma'am, that's why my first statement was it should not be done exactly in the same manner, like all simultaneously, but it should be modulated as per our needs, ma'am.
So if it's not being done together, then it's not One Nation, One Poll anymore.
Yes, ma'am, but yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, let's say you get selected, you are the DM, you have to submit a report, and there is pressure on you that you can just change few numbers and your district will get more funds. What will you do?
Ma'am, few numbers
in a report that you're going to submit, you just change few numbers here and there, and you present your district in better light and you get more funds. What will you do?
Ma'am, I will not go for it. I will deny doing so. I will try to persuade that if we manipulate the data, it can backfire in the longer run. If media scrutiny and all happens, then it will.
Media scrutiny will not happen. This is a confidential report.
Ma'am, even if the official checkup happens and scrutiny happens,
it's a confidential report. It gets kept in the box. Nothing happening. And these are very small numbers. But your district gets to earn a lot.
Ma'am, still it is not. It's a slippery slope. We should not go for manipulation of data, ma'am.
Any other reason why? Apart from apart from being caught, media manipulation or official scrutiny is being caught.
Yes, ma'am. It will also prevent better policy making, ma'am. Because if we manipulate the data, the actual picture is not brought in place, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Policy making. Now, can you also tell me what is the difference between, what is core inflation?
Ma'am, core inflation is a part of the CPI that we calculate, and it excludes food and fuel costs, ma'am.
Okay. Recently there was, I think yesterday, there was a news which said that food inflation in the country is increasing, but core inflation has come down. What are the reasons for this? Why is there this mismatch in food inflation and core inflation?
Ma'am, I don't know for the core inflation, but food inflation, ma'am, because of the weather and weather fluctuations and all, the productions have come down, ma'am. So because of that, even TOP, ma'am, tomato, onion, potato prices are up, which is leading to, ma'am, food inflation.
My last question to you: what measures can we take to help ease the impact of food inflation on common man?
Ma'am, these are the structural changes that we will have to bring into place. There is no short-term measure for it, ma'am. For example, ma'am, we will have to be more on the cold storages, build more of them. Agriculture marketing, that we say that more of nationalization that is happening, that the government control, when you have to export, when you do not have to export, that all has to come down, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, Srishti.
Good morning, sir.
Hello. Good afternoon, though.
Sorry, good afternoon.
Srishti, what is feminism according to you?
Sir, feminism is a political idea which tries to promote the interests of women.
Political idea only?
No, sir. Sir, I have little less knowledge on it, sir. So, yes.
Feminism, you have little less knowledge.
Sir, I have not
What
studied.
is your definition? Let alone what the world thinks. What according to you is feminism?
Sir, for me, feminism would be, sir, empowerment of women, sir. 3 areas particularly, sir. First would be, sir, education, employment, sir. And the third would be, sir, the change in the, or sir, I would say conditioning, social conditioning of the other half.
Not just a political idea.
Yes.
Yes. So, do you think the women in Bihar are empowered enough?
So the government has taken a lot of initiatives to empower women, sir. And sir, I see positive changes in there, sir. At the ground, the grassroots level also, sir. There are changes.
Like?
Sir, for example, there are 35% reservation for women in all the state services, sir. All the state services, all cadres. So second, sir, Jivika scheme that we already talked about, sir. Leading to a lot of job creation in the rural areas, sir. So third is even, sir, schemes like Ujjwala schemes or, sir, Har Ghar Nal Se Jal scheme is really bringing down the amount of efforts that women have to put in her day-to-day lives. So that is also leading to women empowerment.
And what is the percentage of reservation for women in PRIs there? Local bodies?
Yes, sir, 50% reservation.
They've gone for 50%.
But
do you think that's a logical step?
Yes, sir.
And what about Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly? They have provided how much percentage of reservation?
33%.
33. Why not 50 there then?
Sir, not very sure why not 50, but 1/3.
Can we move it to 50? Should we?
No, sir, I do not think we should move it to 50. So 33% itself will bring substantial amount of women leadership in the mainstream, sir. And sir, that will lead to the ripple effect that will lead to women empowerment, and more women on their own can come into this field.
So Bihar should also reduce it from 50 to 33%.
Sir, but actually their women representation is more than 50%. So 52% is there. Sir, at the grass in the PRI, sir.
And what is at the Lok Sabha level?
Sir, 14% in the current.
14%.
Yes.
And in Rajya Sabha?
Sir, it's little lesser, around this figure itself, but little lesser, yes.
Little less. And state legislative assemblies?
Sir, it's very dismal. I think, if I'm not wrong, 10%.
Less than 10, yes. Do you think women should be provided reservation altogether at any stage? For example, let's say you talked about reservation in civil services. You talked about civil services as in different cadres, 35% reservation you talked about, right?
In Bihar, sir.
In Bihar, yes, specifically. Then PRI level, then Lok Sabha, State Legislative Assembly, etc. Should there be, now they can also demand reservation in private sector. So should there be a reservation for women?
Sir, not in private sector, sir, but in public sector, yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, in public sector, it should be there, sir. Why am I saying, sir, this? Because even the Mandal Commission has had proposed that women should be included in the socially and
Let alone commissions.
Yes.
What is your opinion?
Yes, sir. So my take is that women is one of the most marginalized and most disadvantaged sections of the society, sir. Sir, so to bring equity, sir, substantive equity, it is very crucial that we provide them at least the launch pad, which will be through these reservations, sir.
Okay. You mentioned about scientific breakthroughs, right?
Yes, yes.
You mentioned about Neuralink as well.
Yes.
What is that?
Sir, Neuralink is a company that is trying to trying to commercialize the brain-computer interface technologies.
How are they doing it?
So they are putting a chip into the brain of the subject, which will be through robotic surgery. The chip will have a lot of transistors, and it will capture the neural activity, translate into the machine signals, and then externally we can communicate to the external machines. So this is brain-computer interface. Yes.
Brain-computer interface. Have they been successful at any stage till now?
Sir, what news that came out of the Neuralink company, sir, that their first human subject was able to do the telepathy. That is, he was able to move the cursor of the computers.
All right. Thank you, Srishti.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Srishti ji, you've done well.
Thank you, sir.
You are. Where do you get this confidence from? You're quite confidently answering everything. You're not nervous.
Yes.
You are.
No, sir, I breathe a lot, so the heartbeat comes down.
How does it come down?
Sir, I try to breathe a lot.
Breathe.
Yes.
Okay. Good. You are quite good, and you have your interviews on 8th April. It's one day before the last interview,
Yes.
and you have enough time to revise everything once again, and you will do well. What are the areas you want to concentrate on? You tell us.
Sir, my weak areas. Sir, I feel Bihar, I need to prepare more.
Yes, do that.
And sir, social aspects also, I need to prepare more. Women, sir, I was not able to answer women feminism concepts, and so I need to recheck that.
So work on these areas.
Yes.
Okay. Best of luck.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.